I've been told too many times that I needed to play this game and never had the means to do it. When I had the opportunity this week with the PSNow, I dropped everything else. I'm looking at you, Battlefield 1, and started playing. There's been enough said about the game, so I will make this quick. I went into the game with expectations that I did not believe it could live up to. I was proven very wrong multiple times. As the game goes on, it does get better and better. Besides a few environmental puzzles, it is truly like watching a very long interactive movie where you actually give a damn about those involved, even if you try not to. There is something very organic to The Last of Us, which is missing from other games, something that keeps this game grounded. With a premise that is pretty common these days, apocalypse something, it does keep the common thread of maybe the monsters aren't the worst problem alive with it, but when the characters are experiencing something, you're feeling that experience too. Naughty Dog, the developers, did not hold back on trying anything in regards to the story, and sometimes the direction it goes is very unexpected. There really isn't anything too over the top in The Last of Us, and once again, it feels very natural and not forced. Now, I don't think the game is perfect. It's really close though. Something I found the game did a little too often was play on tropes. I won't go into specific details on this, but there are a lot of times that you may think you know what's going to happen. The setup is there, and you hope it's not going that direction, but you're correct, it will. One example, spoiler alert here, one character in, let's say, the middle of the game, you're fed a voice line about them becoming best friends. At that point, you basically know they're going to die. Little things like that happen quite often throughout the game, but the difference with this compared to most others is in its execution. The Last of Us never does it cheesy, it does it right. Every single time. They take those tropes, they use them, and execute them so flawlessly that you will forget it even happened like that. I couldn't aim with the controller either. I know this may just be me or maybe the input lag from PSNow, but I had to play on easy for the lock-on. I could not shoot any other way. There was also a little bit of weird lighting pop-in, lights hitting the ground would sometimes look like usable items, and a couple of times just weird lighting that corrected itself. Not sure if this was PSNow or the game itself, but there were pop-ins like that happened, noticeable and not too often. Last but not least for me is Joel running. Now, Joel running I had some issues with. He would only run for me when the camera was diagonally looking at him. If the camera was directed straight at his back, he would walk, and it got very annoying. I was starting to wonder if there was some sort of stamina mechanic within the game or something that was preventing me from running, but I did seem to figure it out about halfway through. Honestly, that's all I have to nitpick. This game was amazing. I wish I had played it earlier. There are only a few games that I've ever played that I feel this way about, ones that I didn't get to play right away when they were released and kind of skipped over. Playing this reminded me of how good games can be and how they can affect you and others in different ways. I need a couple of days to let this game kind of sink in. This is a very heavy, deep game that will challenge your thoughts. And to make sure that everyone has a chance to play this masterpiece, I'll leave a link in the description down below so that you can sign up for the 7-day free trial. You should be able to complete The Last of Us with that free trial and maybe even try a different game out on there. So in conclusion, this game 9 8.5 out of 10. It is a must play. Cheers.
Guess they're gonna hold it for long. That don't sound good.
Set up your internet connection, adding more games, bringing that price down, giving the service a little more value, I believe would help it out in the long term. But right now, if